It's 7:09 now. In her blog, Parenting for a Purpose, Jennifer Covello shares the lessons she learned from her two kids. And in her lighthearted and soulful approach, Jennifer guides and inspires moms and dads everywhere along their own parenting journeys. Now, she joins us now to talk about her blog and what she calls the SuperMom syndrome. This ought to be interesting. Now, you went from the corporate world to being a momtrepreneur.
That's right. That's right.
I was hoping I'd get that right on the first time. What does that mean, and how was that? How was that transition?
Well, it actually was a wonderful transition. A lot of people getting laid off around the same time I was, but I had a baby journal that I was writing and a business that I was starting, and I absolutely love being home with the kids, having a flexible schedule, and being able to be there when they get home from school.
You get to work in your pajamas, too, I imagine.
I do.
That's a huge plus.
I do, yes. Ponytails are the hairdo every day.
Yes. Note to self, we're going to have a pajama day here, but that's a different topic. Anyway, in Parenting for a Purpose, you talk about everything from keeping the memory of a deceased loved one alive to just keeping up with the daily rigors of being a super mom or super dad. What is a super mom or super dad? What do you mean by that?
Well, a super mom is really someone who tries to be all things to all people and can neglect herself. And in doing that, I think that she gets caught up in all of the stresses of parenthood and then doesn't really enjoy her children as much as she can. So I have some great tips for moms and dads who want to pay more attention to their parenting journey.
Because it's not just a mom thing, although I think, would you say more moms get caught up in that?
I would say more moms. You know, we as women, we like to do all things and be all things to all people. We have a tough time saying no sometimes. And so I do think it applies more to women than men.
Who are these lovely folks, by the way?
Those are my lovely children,
Yes.
My son Christopher and Caitlin.
Fantastic. And I think we have more pictures too, right? Let's see. And this is of your mom.
That is my mom.
Lady.
Yes.
And
yes.
And you guys, I see the resemblance.
Well,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely. So coming back to this, you cover a lot of topics, and you were talking about some of the things that people can do to perhaps avoid falling into the trap of being a super mom or super dad, as it were. So what are some of those things?
Well, the first thing that I like to do is to make sure I take a little bit of time for myself every day and do something that you love. So whether it's, writing in a journal, reading a good book, taking a bath, it's important to take a few minutes every day and just pay attention to yourself. Because when you have more to give from yourself, then your children and your family benefits.
Very good idea. So it's something that is separate and your own.
Exactly.
Okay. Now we have up on the screen, this is kind of interesting. Perfection is really a fun word game to play. You're talking, I presume, about the game.
The board game,
yeah.
Yes, yes. It's a really fun game to play with your kids, but it's really not a way to live. So you have to let go and learn to be okay with okay.
Don't try that at home, right?
Exactly.
Shortest word in the English language, or one of the shortest anyway, is no.
No, and you need to learn to say it well and use it often. We say yes to too many things that we don't have time for, and it takes us away from what's really important.
Timeout's not just for kids. Does that mean that you get to sit in the corner and look ashamed?
Well, no. You can actually take a timeout anywhere you want in your house, whether it's in the bathroom behind locked doors or in your own room. Just take in a few minutes to read or write every day. It's important to nourish yourself as well as nourishing your children.
Take a deep breath.
Exactly.
Now tell us a little bit more about your mom, because you do a lot to try to keep her memory alive.
I do.
For your children. Why is that so important to you and to them? There she is again.
There she is. Well, it's important because I want my children to remember their grandmother and what she was like and the love that she had to give them. I also take a lot of my own parenting lessons from her and what she did, and I convey those as well as stories from my childhood to my children so that they have a real memory of their grandmother.
And your dad is still with us.
He is.
90 years old?
He'll be 90 this year, yeah. And I thought he was old when he was my age.
Isn't that how it is when you're a kid? Look at him, handsome guy there.
Handsome guy.
Now, so is it more challenging, especially if you've got kids and then you maybe have older parents that might need a lot of care as well? That's a tough stretch.
It's a tough stretch, it really is. And I have lots of friends who are in that sandwich generation. And, it's all about balancing and also keeping in mind that you do have to take care of yourself, because if you don't have anything for yourself, you can't give back to your parents who might need your help or your children as well.
Isn't that the truth? Just like the oxygen masks on a plane, you got to put yours on before you can help somebody else.
Exactly, exactly.
So, yeah, nurture yourself.
That's
it's
right.
Not selfish.
It's not selfish.
It actually helps you give more to others, right?
That's right, absolutely.
How do people reach your blog?
Parentingforpurpose.com. Would love to hear what people's thoughts are and comments. I update it a few times a week, and I love to hear people's stories.
I knew you'd have an easy answer for me. Gotta love that. Jennifer Covello, thank you so much for coming in. The Purposeful Parent. And for more information, you can log on to our website at WTNH.com. Click on Good Morning Connecticut. You know the drill.